I'm Darren.
I'm Derek.
This is the Double D Podcast.
The date finally came.
Yes.
The one we've been waiting for a couple months.
And quickly gone.
Yeah, it always does. September 17th, just this last Saturday as of recording, was the Battle on the Border event. As you can read it here, maybe. I don't know. Does the video come in backwards? No, it doesn't. No. You can read it normally.
Armageddon.
Yeah. So, yeah, it finally came after months of anticipation.
Yes.
After, waiting and finally we got a little bit of an upgrade in this one because we found out not too long before that you would be doing the sound for this event.
Yes.
Which was very exciting. Way more work than I ever thought it would be. It is what it is. I mean, when you hear like, oh, you're doing sound, you're like, okay, I'm providing sound.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that goes into it, but that's all stuff we'll talk about that another time.
A lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the future for us with Battle on the Border.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So, but we might as well just jump right into the show because if you weren't there, then it's your fault anyway. But we got you with the review, and if you were there, we're gonna review it anyway. Maybe you can share. Maybe you share some opinions. Maybe you don't. I don't need this. I'm gonna click it the whole time.
What are you about to write down, buddy?
I don't know. And then I get nervous. That would get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna pitch it. All right. So
picture on the floor. Got it.
so let's get into it. So this show, we had the pleasure of announcing some big matches for this one. Pretty much the whole card up to a certain point.
Yes.
We were able to announce before. So hopefully you have watched this and you kind of know what to go into it. Like I said, if you weren't at the show. But if you were at the show, then you know how great it was. Let's start from the top. I actually wrote down notes this time, so I don't think that people won matches they didn't, or are qualifying for tournaments that they're not in.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep this, and we'll be able to go back and look at things in the past, in the future.
Yep.
So now we got this. Darren unfortunately didn't get to take notes because he was super busy making sure playing music and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was helping as best as I could, but I was also trying to write down notes, so it got really confusing. And I was in a catcher's position the whole time, so now my calves hurt. I used to play catcher in baseball. How I did that, I don't know. It's been a few years, and I wasn't in a catcher's position for like 3 hours. So now, every time I walk, one of my legs feel like it's about to buckle. And I kind of I have this weird, I'm limping now because I overcorrected, so now my ankle hurts. It's just a pain. Life of a wrestler.
Next time we'll bring the chairs.
Yeah, can you imagine what the wrestlers are thinking right now? If they're watching this, they're thinking, this guy, what is this guy?
He's a bitch.
I'll admit.
I had my comfy chair that I always sit in, and it serves me up comfortable the whole time.
Yeah, then I tried to kneel down on the turf, and then I got those pellets in my knee, and that wasn't comfortable.
No.
Eventually, I just gave up and I just sat down because I was like, I'm in pain. I can't keep doing this. All right, starting off from the top of the show. As per usual, Sean Bossman sang the national anthem. Big props to him for singing the national anthem.
Very good job.
He does a great job every time. Underrated singer,
in
my opinion. And he does a great job. So I wanted to make sure to shout him out in this one. Great job, Sean Bossman, for singing the national anthem.
It was a great one.
Yes, it was.
He did a really good job at it.
I also wrote down to thank Denim for letting us work with Battle on the Border. It's been a blast. We're going to continue to grow with you, hopefully. And
that's the goal.
Just wanted to get that out there because I'm 100% sure we've said that before. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I got it in before we got too deep into it.
Yes.
First match, Matt Taylor versus Dirty Dax. Matt Taylor last time got a win over Aaron Williams. You met Dirty Dax at the last show in Morris Hill.
Yeah, I met him at the Morris Hill show. I stepped out to smoke a cigarette, and them two were standing out there.
Them two.
Him and his buddy.
Right. So you got to meet him. This was my first time getting to see him wrestle. Your first time getting to see him wrestle.
I've seen him wrestle on Facebook a lot.
So going into this match, I was extremely excited because the match of the night, in my opinion, at the Morris Hill show was Matt Taylor versus Aaron Williams.
Yes.
Denim said it was going to be a sleeper, and that he was 100% right. So going into this one, I had high expectations. And it was also your first time getting to do the sound. Now, just a little side piece. Earlier in the night, Darren got a list of the songs that he needed to play for wrestlers' entrances. Darren thought that they were given to him in order. They weren't given to him in order. So when Matt Taylor came out, you played Dirty Dax's music.
Yes.
Just explain to me what was going on in your head when you made this big fatal mistake.
All I heard was, "Oh fuck, wrong song!" Like, click, just real fast.
Shout out to Dirty Dax for peeking his head around the corner and going,
Yeah, because that's
So, well, you got it corrected, but I think what you did in the long run probably injured your friend Dirty Dax, because what actually ended up happening is I think you pissed Matt Taylor off to the point where he just came in and he won the match. So Matt Taylor did get the victory over Dirty Dax, but I got to tell you once again, Matt Taylor, great wrestler.
Dirty Dax's entrance is really wild, though. I like it.
He is really wild. I even wrote down, shout out Dax for the great flip pre-match. Great flip pre-match. It was nice. I mean,
he comes out, he's getting the crowd all riled up and ready to go. And
yeah, the fans were so behind Dirty Dax. I think it had a lot to do with the entrance. Come out, like I said, he did a flip. Tried to keep the glasses on. Glasses came off. But you know what?
That's
More important thing is you landed the flip.
Yes.
I've seen wrestlers who will get up on the top. There's this really gross video that you can find on YouTube of someone who just got up on the top rope and then just goes to jump down like every wrestler probably has done it at some point in their career. And when he landed, his knees buckled and it pointed like, so he looked like a flamingo. You know how flamingos have backwards knees, so their knees point out this way? Or like, no, this way, to point out backwards?
Yeah.
So that's what his knees did. And so the fact that he can do a flip and land perfectly and be fine was, impressive. But I'm also not acrobatic at all.
Yeah, me neither.
The prospect of doing a backflip, even on a trampoline, makes me nervous. So, shout out for the flip.
Yes, the flip and the wild entrance.
But also, if you are watching, you can blame Darren for making Matt Taylor so angry that he came out with a whole new sense of rage.
You're welcome, Matt.
No, but in all seriousness, this match was great. It was very fast-paced. There was a lot of action. There was just constant movement going on. Remember in the last match, Matt Taylor tried to take a peaceful approach.
Yes.
Darren Williams, join me. And he said no, and there was a slap, and then it went downhill from there.
Yep.
This one, Matt Taylor, like I said, you made him so mad, he skipped that part.
He just jumped right into
I'm not looking for peace, and he came and he won, which now he is in the Zero Gravity tournament because of filling up that fifth and almost final spot.
Yeah.
So, and we...
I had to lower down to the level.
I don't know why that scared me, because I see you messing with the thing, but just you going. That's funny to me. All right, enough of the joking around there. We got a job to do.
Well, I had to lower down. I felt like I was too high.
So Matt Taylor does get this win. Then the next one was Skyler versus Avery Hertz.
Which is Avery is a new one.
It was the first time he worked with Battle on the Border. Denim hyped him up a lot. I was very excited to see him. I've seen him on Facebook now, so I knew kind of what to look forward to, but I had absolutely no idea how good he was actually going to be.
Yeah.
I have written down here, shout out to the loud crowd / the loud kids. There was a whole section of the crowd, which was all kids. And
yes.
They were unbelievably loud the whole night. Now, not that the whole crowd was very loud and very into the action, which always helps.
Oh, yeah.
The Morris Hill show, no offense to the Morris Hill fans, but they were a little bit more quiet. So it was harder to get into the matches.
You gotta be able to hear the announcing.
But this one, it was very, the crowd was loud. They were into it. The kids were super into it. Like I said, they did not like Matt Taylor.
No.
And in this match, I think they were just really, they were rooting for Hertz.
Yeah.
I don't think they didn't have a problem with Skyler, but it was just.
Yeah, I think they were just rooting for Hertz.
They were ready to see Hertz. There was some outside interference by Skyler's manager. I do apologize. I don't have the manager's name. Give me a minute and I will have it. I wrote it down. I found it somewhere else. Just give me a second.
No good for notes.
Well, there was a lot going on. No, I don't have it. Never mind. But there was a manager there. There was some outside interference and tomfoolery going on. But I gotta say, Avery Hertz was, he was, like I said, hyped up coming into this.
Yep.
And he lived up to the expectation. And he did get the win. It started off where it was kind of like all Avery. And Skyler took over. Finally, Avery, there was a Hurricane Rana that Avery had, which was nice. I haven't seen one of those in an indie show, I don't think. Maybe I have, honestly, I don't know. But I wrote it down, so I was impressed with it, apparently. And it was a nice match. It was good. Like I said, Avery Hertz lived up to expectation. I can't wait to see him more, especially in the Zero Gravity tournament with 5 other people, where there's all going to be high-flying action for that Zero Gravity title.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. With that being said, Avery Hertz does finalize the Zero Gravity tournament.
Oh, he does that?
As of now. So the Zero Gravity tournament goes as follows. This is in no particular order. No, I'm just kidding. Carson Drake, Jaden Jett, Tim Lutz, Pompano Joe, Avery Hertz, and Matt Taylor.
Yes.
Those are the 6 competitors.
That's their finals.
And I believe on the last show, Denim said that would be the new Zero Gravity tournament champion would be crowned at the December 17th show. Not the next upcoming one, but December 17th. So that's when we will find out. But there's still a long way to go in between here. You never know what can happen. Wrestling is crazy. But this is, as of now, the finalized tournament. Hopefully everything stays the same. But there's a big question mark in this because of Carson Drake. Tomfoolery that he pulls, where he was overweight the last time, according to Rick Toms and to Denim. Not to Carson. Carson disagrees with that. But, you know, I trust Rick and Denim over Carson Drake any day of the week.
The real question is, since we've heard nothing about it, is he going to get disqualified?
We'll find out. Well, there's going to be a live weigh-in. Remember, Denim said there's going to be a live weigh-in, I'm assuming, on the day of the show. So he's got a long time from now until December, but time sneaks up.
But also, if he gets disqualified, who's going to take his spot?
Does anybody take his spot?
Yeah,
or is it just down to 5? There's so many questions, and the only way you're going to be able to find out is by going on to the December 17th show. I don't know if they know where it's going to be at yet. There will be a show in December. That you should be at. And once it gets closer, we'll be able to tell you where it's at and when to be there.
And don't forget, there is a show also October 1st and parade.
We'll get to that in a minute. I wasn't going to leave that out.
I'm going to say, you're having another show. I'm like, no.
We're going to do every show.
Yeah, true.
I don't want people to forget.
Hype them all. Remember, motherfuckers.
Now, next was the man who sold the world, Idle Hines, against Paxton Calloway, and in his corner is, of course, the legendary Bobby Fulton. Shout out to Bobby Fulton.
Yeah, it was nice seeing him there.
I know that he has had some health issues not too long ago in between the Morris Hill show and this one. So to see him there, and as always, every time I see him, fired up, and it looks like he could get ready to go now.
Oh, yeah, he could jump right in there.
So it was great to see him there, and it will continue to be great to see him there as long as we can. I hope to get to eventually, get to know him a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I get to talk to him a little bit.
He's been around forever. And no one better for Paxton Calloway to have in his corner.
Yes.
One thing I wrote down here is that all the kids ran over the entrance to see Paxton Calloway. For those of you who have not attended a BOTB event yet, Paxton Calloway, if he were standing in this, would probably have to duck his head to get into the door. Not that you can see the door, but he would probably have to. He may even hit his head on this top part here that you also probably cannot see.
You can slightly see it. There's the edge of it.
Yeah, he's tall. If he was standing here, he'd be out of frame.
And we have a flag hanging above our heads. He would definitely hit that.
He would definitely hit the flag. He's a huge guy, and the kids were in awe. You gotta imagine these kids. They're knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah. So
he's not knee high to a grasshopper. I don't think he's ever been knee high to a grasshopper. Otherwise, but these were two big guys. So we don't want to take away from Idle Hines. Idle Hines is a big guy himself. He's not a small guy by any means. He's not as tall as Paxton Calloway though. Calloway did pick up Hines and slammed him. Yeah, I wrote that down. And then, Barnabas Spector, we mentioned him in the past, had a rough show last show with Bobby Fulton basically protesting and saying, we will not leave this ring until we get our rematch.
Yeah, because Kongo Kong did his move.
Later on in the night, Madman Fulton lost the title to Brian Pillman Jr., so it was a rough show for him last show, so it was kind of nice to see him here. He hasn't given up.
Yeah.
Barnabas Spector's not the kind to give up, though.
No, he's a dick.
And of course he has a thing against Paxton Calloway and Bobby Fulton. So he came kind of creeping out the entranceway and was kind of standing there watching the match. I don't know if he was planning on getting involved. I don't know if he was just watching with interest. But let me tell you who was not having any of it was Bobby Fulton.
No.
As soon as he seen the David Barnabas Spector, he said, "Get this guy out of here," and he came over, and Barnabas Spector left. He's not ready for the smoke of Bobby Fulton.
No.
When it comes down to managers in BOTB, there's only one person that I am currently scared of. It's not David Barnabas Spector.
It's Bobby Fulton.
It's Bobby Fulton. So I don't blame David Barnabas Spector for leaving. However, it is kind of funny.
The fantastic Bobby Fulton.
The fantastic Bobby Fulton. What I did like about this match, though, from strategic standpoint, was that Idle Hines was being smart and he was trying to pick at body parts of Paxton Calloway. He knew that this is a big guy, right? So in order to defeat him, you're gonna have to wear him down. You're not gonna be able to rely on your speed or something. Paxton Calloway has his strength. So while you have him down, you have to get him.
Yes.
You have to hit him. You gotta hit his
There's
legs.
no waiting.
You gotta pick him apart methodically. But Hines did go for an elbow drop and he missed, which completely turned the tide of the match. He had him up until this point. And unfortunately for Idle Hines, he got chokeslammed by Calloway, which I can't imagine feels too good.
No, I
Can't imagine
not.
Spectre eventually ended up coming back out, by the way. He wasn't completely scared off. He just kind of got out of the way. But once he got back into he eventually left after watching Idle Hines get chokeslammed and pinned for the 1, 2, 3 count. Ding, 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 ring the bell. Paxton Calloway. That was 1.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, Darren got to be the bell keeper too, which you're living out my dreams in some ways.
Hey, it was pretty fun.
No, it was. It was a fun time. I got to help you out a little bit, so that was nice. But I was like I felt like I was being a producer. I also kind of felt like I was being a dick. So sorry if I was. But ring the bell. Turn the music off. Turn it back on. Next was originally supposed to be a tag team match. Supposed to be the franchise players against the bad dudes. However, I don't know why. It was changed to a one-on-one match. Apparently Shane Douglas's partner was not able to make it, didn't show up. Who knows what the reason is, but what we do know is that Pompano Joe and Shane Douglas were still going to wrestle, okay?
They duped her out.
You confused me for a second. You said duped her out.
Yeah, what did you think I said?
I don't know. I was confused. So I was like, they what?
And they duped her out.
Pompano Joe's partner in the Bad Dudes is a guy named Jeremiah. He came out and he was not being nice to Shane Douglas, which
of course not.
In professional wrestling, of course not. And with the name like the Bad Dudes, you're not going to be a nice guy.
Expect.
But he was being a little bit rude to someone who I would consider a professional wrestling legend in a lot of ways. I mean, I was listening to a podcast today with Mick Foley, who's a legendary hardcore wrestler, and he mentioned how he used to hang out with Shane Douglas. And this guy, Jeremiah, is in there calling Shane Douglas washed up. I mean, you can't be calling Shane Douglas, a legend of the ring, washed up and expect to, walk away from it and be okay.
Yeah.
He also made fun of kids, and the kids were really pissed. Actually, the whole crowd was pissed. Jeremiah got that crowd hot. They were angry.
Yeah.
They wanted Jeremiah. They wanted Pompano. They wanted the Bad Dudes.
The crowd would have took him if Shane Douglas was.
Yeah, if Shane Douglas did not get in the ring soon enough to get the job done, the crowd was going to. Specifically, the kids. They were not happy with the kid. The kids did not like him.
Oh, you had that kid in front of us too that was constantly arguing with.
He was wrestling. Yeah, he was arguing with all. Well, the fans are interactive. The fans. I will say this about Battle on the Border. Even the Moores Hill show, which I did kind of diss earlier, and I did not mean to. Even there, the crowd was super into it. They're very interactive. They like they like everything. They're not a completely silent crowd. I shouldn't have said that earlier about Moores Hill.
Yeah, you can't hear the crickets, I don't think.
No, yeah, in Moores Hill, it was just not as loud. Like, this show was just louder.
Oh, yeah.
When that's not there was more people here, too. That also helps. And but I just noticed that, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the Moores Hill show was, I know I said it in the Moores Hill review, I'm pretty sure I said it was a great crowd, and it was. It's just that this crowd was louder. There was more people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the kids were not happy with Shane Douglas, but or with Jeremiah. They were rooting for Shane Douglas. Sorry, I read Shane Douglas. That's why. Jeremiah did kind of boss us around, which we're gonna have to work on this. We forgot to mention this. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jeremiah did bring out Shane Douglas, which was not the ideal way. Rick Toms is there for a reason. He gets paid for a reason, but I guess Jeremiah, for whatever reason, was like, cue up his music. He came out, cut his music. All right, first off, Jeremiah, listen. Now, I'm just speaking from my point of view, and I'm not even a sound guy.
Yeah.
But let's be a little bit nicer about it next time, okay?
Who the hell are you to tell Shane Douglas how long his music can run? Or when his music should play?
Exactly. He's a legend of the company.
He is the one that tells when his music's playing and when it's turning off.
Yeah, the music can go as long as he wants it to go, okay?
I shouldn't have listened to him.
You shouldn't have, but you know
I
what?
should have just kept the music playing.
But you know what? I mean, what you wanted to see Shane Douglas kick Pompano Joe's ass.
Yeah.
That's really, at the end of the day, that's what you wanted. Let me clean my glasses off. It's been bothering me.
I knew Shane Douglas could hold his own, so I just...
Right, you're like, let's just skip this.
We'll hear what he has to say also.
Right.
He's going to come out and say something.
He's bossing us around. He's bossing Shane Douglas around. The balls of this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Douglas also grabbed the mic, and he went hard. Shane Douglas did not mess around. I don't know what Shane Douglas was upset about, but he did a shot. He took some shots at WWE, called them cartoonish. He mentioned some legendary names. from ECW and from some of his friends, people that he grew up, wrestling, not grew up, you know what I mean, throughout his life, grew up wrestling with.
Grew his career, yeah.
Grew his career with. There were ECW chants at a Battle on the Border event. Never thought I would see the day.
Yeah.
Wild. That's something you should get into. I think you would if you love the hardcore wrestling and the hooks. ECW back in their heyday.
Does Hooks wrestle in it?
No, but Shane Douglas is there.
Is he a hardcore wrestler?
Yeah, Shane Douglas is the core legend. I mean, that's not his nickname, but he might as well. He is a hardcore legend.
I might give it a gander.
Hooks
ain't in it, I don't know, man. I don't know if Hooks ain't in it, I don't know.
Oh my God! Hooks would tell you that ECW is the reason he is who he is today. The reason that anybody who's a hardcore wrestler is able to do what they do today is because of ECW.
But if Hooks went there, he'd own ECW.
All right, that's enough of this. That's enough of this ass kissery going on here. So the match started. Shut up. Again, I can't read and talk at the same time unless I'm reading what I'm.
We got some ass kissing going on heel.
So the fight, ring the bell, ding ding ding. Fight spilled out to the outside very quickly, which was expected.
Oh, it was fast out to the outside.
Yeah, which is because Pompano Joe basically said, like, let's just do no rules then.
Yeah.
You think you're this big guy? Let's just do no rules. So it wasn't, I don't think, an official hardcore match, but the referee was definitely took a little bit more liberty with the rules.
Yeah.
If there was a weapon that was used, was there? There was. There was a chair that was used.
Yeah,
there was a hardcore.
There was a chair
right
in front of us.
I was gonna say it wasn't supposed to be, but there was because again the challenge. But the fight spilled out of the ring real fast.
There we go. We're wording good. It's not spilling.
Shane, right there. Shane uses a chair on Pomp Joe.
Yes.
Pomp. I wrote down Pomp Joe. I was in a rush. Wrote down Pomp Joe.
Pomp Joe. Go.
So there was what I meant was it wasn't supposed to be, but
No,
because of the challenge that Pompano Joe laid out, and Jeremiah said, you're this hardcore guy. Well, let's go no rules, buddy.
Yeah.
Which they changed their tone fast after this. They fought right in front of our table. It was wild. As the bad dudes were in between the ropes, Shane Douglas kicked them.
Yeah.
And that cannot feel good.
No.
I mean, I'm hoping they're wearing cups because
Yes.
if not, they may not be able to. I don't know if they have kids, but if they might not be able to, or have more kids if they want.
I thought when they were wrestling by our speakers, one of them was going through my speaker.
Yeah, I remember this. This was kind of funny because we were like, I was just excited, like, oh, they're right in front of us, and you were like, I'm worried about the speed. Don't hit the speed.
It's like, oh shit, this is going to end them.
I was hoping that they would, just because I thought to see you mad would be funny.
No, honestly, that would have been pretty badass.
At some point,
Not telling anybody to throw anybody through my speakers though.
Yeah, that's not.
Would have been badass.
It would have been, but then we would have been really mad afterwards.
But my table, on the other hand.
Oh yeah,
One of my gears on, but the other one, hit it.
Yeah, we have to. We'll just bring a sign next time. Table here.
Yeah, that table here with arrows. So three like little arrows.
We'll put some lights up around it. It'll be flashing. You can't miss it.
Yeah, just table right here. Boom, right in the middle of that son of a gun.
So at some point, Pompano Joe was able to gain a little bit more of control.
Yes.
He wedged a chair in the middle of the turnbuckles, which in wrestling, I don't know why wrestlers do this, because generally speaking, if you're the person who is wedging the chair in between the turnbuckles,
What's the other guy doing?
your head's probably going to end up going through it.
Yeah.
It just seems, because like you said, you're distracted.
Yeah,
So
the
you
other
think-
guy's got time to get up.
Right. This is going to be a big move. I'm going to finish him with this. Bam, put it there. By the time you turn around, their opponent is back up to his feet usually, or at least has that second win.
And not to mention, Shane Douglas had ample time because he seemed like he had a lot of trouble putting that chair into the corner.
He had a little bit of trouble for a second, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. He did finally, he got it in there.
he did get it in there.
And unfortunately for Pompano Joe, Shane Douglas sent his head through it.
Yeah,
Shane Douglas did
he
get
set
the
up
win.
his own. He set up his own.
Now, for video listeners, we were actually able to reach out to the bad dudes and kind of get, it was a kind of a post-event interview with them.
Yeah.
But for the audio listeners, you're going to get to see that now. For the audio, wait, did I say audio listeners
Yes.
first time? God dang it. The
Video.
video viewers, you will get to see it. The audio listeners, unfortunately, you're going to have to sit through an ad. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. But the video, we're going to get you the interview, audio, listen to my beautiful voice tell you about Anchor.
Or go to YouTube.
All right, welcome everybody. Real quick, before we head out of here, we're going to interview
the Bad Dudes. So please welcome in Bad Dudes. Oh, I mean, okay.
Derek's got a big dick.
Real quick, I wanted to ask you guys about this. Earlier tonight, you had a match with Shane Douglas. I mean, what do you guys think? You didn't come up successful.
I think ECW's been dead for a long time, so we don't need any of more of that hardcore stuff. Like, that's a thing of the past.
Well, wait a minute.
I like technical wrestling.
But you guys were the ones who said, you know, hey,
Bro,
this
it's like we're fucking with them. You know what I mean? Like, we're fucking with these dudes.
Right.
They've overstayed their welcome. They're costing guys like us jobs. Let's be honest. I mean, shit, how much Shane Douglas get paid today? What's he done lately? You know, I can do a fucking backflip. He can fucking out wrestle anybody in the world.
Front loop.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, like, in my opinion, but, you know, who the fuck am I?
Well, I mean, anybody can pick up a chair and swing it. Yeah. Anybody can use weapons, right? But you guys, technical wrestlers. So what's next for the Bad Dudes? What's next for Pompano Joe? What's next for you?
We need some belts. I don't know if they have belts yet. Maybe.
We do have belts. We do have belts.
No. They've been so interim. Like, they've been gone for a while, but we need those battle on the border. Tag team championships. I don't know who has them now,
I've never
but I
seen a
know
tag
who's going to
team
have
here.
them next.
I'll tell you who has it.
And you keep this kid in here.
Oh, yeah.
You know who I hate more than anybody else in the world? This kid.
They must have won the last show.
They did. Oh, you weren't at the last show?
Chloe, can you see what we're doing right now?
I guess so.
You're right in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah. Chloe, get out of here. Right? Go on. Get.
All right, well, what's it? We'll send it. Oh, no. What is it? Uh-oh. We'll send it back. We'll get out of here. Get out of here.
And we're back.
Video watchers, I hope you enjoyed the interview. Audio listeners, I hope you enjoyed the ads. That's what you get for listening to the audio version. Actually, I don't know why I said because you're making us money. So
So it's making us a cents on the dollar, man.
yeah, it's literally cents, but you know what it is, what it is. So next, make sure I'm right here. I had to skip ahead
Bum, 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 bum.
while you were taking your break.
I'll go over to that piano. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, there's a piano. We need to have somebody do a theme song for us, record it, and we'll put it in there.
That'd be pretty cool.
I know. Anybody who's a musician out there who wants to make us a theme song, send it in. We'll tell the email later. You have to stick around for that.
Yeah.
Next match was one that I did not know was going to take place. It was not announced as far as
It was
I
not
know.
announced at all.
And we were extremely excited about it. It's your favorite wrestler,
Yes.
Hooks.
Looks.
He came out and he wanted to get stuff off his chest, but he was clearly there for a fight. And he had a trash can full of weapons. Your weapon was not there. You need to start bringing it.
My weapon's chilling right here.
I don't know if you know this, but he loves your weapon. He said after the show in Morris Hill that it was his favorite. And
It's a showpiece now, though. He autographed it.
to nobody. It's not even on the camera. It
Because
will be.
I haven't been able to hang it up.
We're eventually going to move into a different studio now. We're going to be in my apartment,
Yes.
and we're going to make it studio-esque.
Studio-esque.
It's going to look like a studio.
Oh.
Speaking of that, before I forget, there was somebody who left a suggestion in our suggestion box months ago about why are men the way they are. If you're watching this and that was you, or if you want to take on that responsibility for a future podcast episode, let us know, because we would like to do that. It was left in our suggestion box, and it was never answered.
Nope.
So I would like to tackle that head on. We also have the other two suggestions that were left in there from the Morris Hill show. We're going to get to those, but we've been very busy over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling stuff going on.
We're going to continue to be busy, so we'll get to it eventually. Before the end of the year is the idea, but like next week, I'm on vacation. I don't know if you're going to do a podcast, but
I wouldn't be doing that one by myself.
right. So, but we will get to it eventually. Just want to let you know. Anyway, sorry. I just had to get those out because every single episode that we've done for like the past 3 weeks, I've been meaning to say that, and I keep forgetting. So I remembered it. I wanted to make sure I got it.
Yes.
So, Hooks came out, like I said, and he had something on his mind. He needed to get it off. Of course, Hooks, the last show, beat King Bomani to become the interim hardcore champion, and he directly, once again, confronted the actual hardcore champion, who is Dirtbag Dan, who has not showed up to 3, make it 4 shows in a row now. Grant was not supposed to be at this one. I think the last 3 he was supposed to be.
Yes.
Hooks feels he's being dodged, he feels disrespected, and he made that very clear to Dirtbag Dan. Now, I was under the understanding from Battle on the Border that Hooks lost the title to Justin Credible, who is also a former ECW wrestler. However,
And lost his title.
right, that's what I said, right?
Said Hooks.
Right. Dirtbag Dan lost the title to Justin Credible.
Yes.
However, Hooks seems to not believe that.
No, he seems to believe it's phony.
He basically said, I don't believe it, wasn't a match, get here and fight me for this title.
Yes.
Because Hooks wants the real title.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have a title he can actually physically hold.
Nope.
He wants that. He wants to be recognized as the official champion. Big difference between interim and official.
Yeah. Interim's not good enough.
So after that, he said that since Dirtbag Dan wasn't here, that he wanted to fight, and he challenged anybody from the back to a match.
Yes.
And it was somebody named Eddie Gonzalez. Now, I don't know who this guy is, and there's a good reason why we don't know who this guy is, because he hasn't wrestled in 5 years.
Oh.
He had not wrestled in 5 years. Showed up in gear and everything, but Hooks knew that because they drove together.
Yes.
Hooks said that. It's like we drove together. You're in your gear. Like you knew you were gonna do this. Like we talked about you. And Eddie Gonzalez was like, yeah, I guess so. Let's do it.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's do it.
He was a little bit more rude, even though they're friends. He was a little bit more rude to the crowd than Hooks is. Hooks is usually pretty nice, likes the crowd, appreciates the crowd. Eddie, not so much.
No.
Not really a fan of the crowd.
And also on top of that, they had to drive home together.
Yeah, they did
After the match.
But they agreed to it. They said, like, this is going to be awkward. Your wife's going to hate me, Eddie. I hope you know that. Like, he said, you're right. But let's see. Oh, yeah, I did write down this, that Eddie said he could have been a kid's dad at some point. He said he told a kid that I was third in line to be your dad.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Which I thought was hilarious. I did not see that coming.
that.
It was super funny. He also called the fans poor, which, okay.
Yes.
Didn't need the personal attack, but it is what it is. I really enjoyed Eddie Gonzalez for not wrestling for 5 years to accept a hardcore challenge like this. Is
Against
insane.
Hooks.
Against Hooks. The current interim hardcore champion. The guy who just brought out a trash can full of weapons.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is. It was wild is what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these hardcore wrestlers, they're just built different.
Dude, they're ready on any time.
5 years he hasn't wrestled, and he decided tonight.
Fuck it, let's do it.
I guess he was on the. You know what I imagine in my head? I imagine Hooks talking about Hook, Dirtbag Dan isn't here again. I need to wrestle. I'm ready to fight. And the whole time Eddie Gonzalez is just like,
That's a good idea.
You do you? Well, I hope someone answers.
And sure enough, he comes running out.
Yeah, but of course, Hooks was using weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, right away. This match is not about the technical side of wrestling.
No,
This isn't about the high flying
gore.
Okay, yeah, this is about hurt your opponent with whatever's closest to you.
Yes.
I mean, there was cleats being used. The water jug thing was there. Your weapon could have been
Pretty
used.
sure somebody used a beer can.
There was a bit. Well, Eddie drank a beer in the ring.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, just chugged it.
I'm pretty sure it was a beer can.
There was barbed wires on 2x4s. There was just weapons all over the place. There was bleeding all over. Hooks was bleeding. Eddie Gonzalez was bleeding.
Yeah, both of them were bleeding.
Someone went into the cage that they had that was going to be used in the main event. I mean, there was the chair. Someone used a chair on somebody. At this point, by the way, I want to make it clear that we were trying to figure out. We were getting situated for the second half of the show.
Yes.
So we were trying to do that and watch. Somebody used a chair. I think Hooks' blood was on the chair, but maybe it was Eddie's. Point is, there was blood on chairs. There was blood everywhere.
Blood on microphones.
There was blood on Rick Tom's microphone. Why are we disrespecting the microphones?
There was blood on microphones. Rick Tom's had to get a new one.
I mean, this is unbelievable. It was a wild match again. Everyone loves blood.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood.
Everybody loves weapons. The
Yeah,
fans were
a lot of
into
those
it.
too.
The fans. I remember at one point that they were chasing the people. The fans were chasing the wrestlers, and the security stepped in and said, "Get away! Why are these kids running around getting close to people swinging weapons?"
Also, what I want to have a question is, why every single hardcore match that Hooks has had, they stay outside the ring and not inside where all the weapons are?
Because they like to use the environment. They found weapons to use.
I know, they found some, but they had a bunch of perfectly good, very decent weapons that they could have hurt some motherfuckers with.
They wanted some more weapons. Okay? There's the Morris Hill show, there was a 2x4.
And a freaking whole ass trailer too.
There was a trailer. You don't have that in the ring, do you?
Nope.
Hooks ended up getting the victory. I believe they hugged it out afterwards.
Yeah, I think so.
And they did drive home together.
Yes.
I mean, it was just as weird as it sounds, because the way we're describing this match, this was a friendly competition between these two.
Yeah.
I also like to imagine, I don't know Hooks outside of Battle on the Border. I don't know Eddie Gonzalez outside of Battle on the Border. But I would like to think that this is what they do for fun in their free time.
Oh, I guarantee it.
When they're bored. Like, they just call each other up and are like, do you want to, like, hit each other with barbed wire bats? And they're just like, sure.
Let's warm each other up.
Yeah, this is just a quick little warm-up for us. You want to go through a table real quick? Like, you know, I mean, I just imagine
Stand
that.
still while I smack you with this chair. Boom.
Yeah, it builds up a tolerance. I like to think that there's training that goes into it like this. I mean, I know we asked Hooked about that, and he said, I would rather not get hit by stuff, but like, I like to think that maybe he was just being humble. I like to think in real life.
And really, they enjoy getting hit by shit.
Yeah, just hit me with it. Either way, congratulations, Hooks did get the victory.
Yes.
Then they did announce the first two. Oh my God, there's a siren going on. I hope you guys hear that, because otherwise you think I'm crazy. They did have an intermission, and during this intermission, they did announce two of the first. I think there's going to be 3 inductees into the BOTB Hall of Fame.
Yes.
They announced the first 2, which is Denim Blevins' brother Jeremy Blevins. Unfortunately, he has passed, so he will be inducted posthumously, but he will be in the Battle on the Border Hall of Fame, which is awesome, and I cannot wait to get to see that. And Hardcore Heather, who is a former Battle on the Border competitor, she also will be inducted. So, and that'll be at the December 17th show. So again, not to overlook the October 1st show, but
Yes.
but December 17th. That will have, so make sure you go to December 17th. You get to see a Battle on the Border Hall of Fame ceremony. With that being said, we actually have an idea that we came up with after the Morris Hill show, where we're a nothing podcast. Okay, we get 25 subscribers, we get some decent views.
Yes.
We're working with Battle on the Border, and we've had a lot of guests on this show. I mean, even before we worked with Battle on the Border, we interviewed Jaden Mullins. We've interviewed Anonymous,
Yeah.
who will remain anonymous. We have Death Machine. Your son has been on the show. My dad has been on the show. We've had Tyler on the show. We've had a lot of guests on the show, not including all the wrestlers. Hooks, Russell Ackerfull Blaine, Justin Xavier, Carson Drake, Sergeant Ledbetter, Denim Blevins. All of these people have been on the show. And I just feel like we've had so many that we should start our own Hall of Fame.
Yeah. The Double D Podcast Hall of
It
Fame.
means absolutely nothing, really.
But it means something to us.
But it means something to us, and this is our way of showing gratitude. So, at some point before the end of the year, we will not only be announcing our first inductee into the Double D Podcast Hall of Fame, but we will also be getting a plaque or a belt of some sort. We're going to get something to commemorate that, and we will choose that, and we will announce it closer towards the end of the year, probably right around the December area at some point.
Yeah.
But we already have made our minds up of who it is. We just don't know when we're going to do it.
Yeah, we just don't know when we're going to make it public.
So, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, just to get it out of the way. Again, that's something I've been wanting to mention. I think I may have mentioned that I wanted to do it before on the
Yeah, I think
podcast.
so.
But now we made it official. It's happening. So again, a Nothing Podcast. If you're somebody who wants to be in a Nothing Podcast's Hall of Fame, come on the show.
Yeah.
Next was Ledbetter. So Denim was in the ring and was kind of, hyping up his match. And Ledbetter, of course, had to get involved.
Always has to interrupt.
Not just Ledbetter, the whole Army of Destiny.
Yeah, all
was
of them
involved.
come out.
And which was, of course, why not? To be exact, actually, now that I think about this, Denim was already out of the ring when this happened. He had just left the ring.
Oh yeah, he was just getting.
He
out
was
of the ring
talking.
when he came down, yeah.
He was talking. He got interrupted. Denim left the ring. Insert Army of Destiny. Who basically was talking a bunch of shit
Like
to
always.
Denim and saying, "Get in the ring now. We'll finish it. You just lay down. I'll pin you. We will skip the embarrassment." And of course, Denim said, "Absolutely not. We're fighting." That led to Craven against Shogun Jackson Stone. And this match, again, you love these types of matches. Two big men. You love
Two
when
huge
two big.
dudes.
We had a match earlier with Idle Hines and Paxton Calloway, which was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
This one, two big guys. Jackson Stone is very good. By the way.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that when we went to the Moro, Ohio show. I had never got to see him wrestle in person. He is really good for being as big as he is, man. He can move. He's fast, that's frightening when a man is that big and is fast. He's a frightening guy. I would not want to be in the ring with him. But if, Craven had a little bit of a easy match the last time with Fago Loco.
Yeah.
This one was not as easy.
No.
Going into this match, we knew it was not going to be easy.
But there was 2 specific people that were actually able to stand on the sidelines.
Right. Well, so what happened is that, of course, like I said earlier, Bomani, the Army of Destiny, which is King Bomani and Sergeant Ledbetter, they came out with Craven. They stayed on the outside of the ring. They tried to get involved, but no. See, you were messing with the wrong referee because referee Nick,
yes,
shout out to referee Nick, he threw him out.
Yeah.
He wanted this match to be called correctly.
And security pulled their asses out of there, so shout out to security too.
Shout out.
Not quick.
Shout out to security because otherwise we know how this match would have ended.
Yes.
This match would have ended with some type of tomfoolery,
Yep.
and it would have been absolutely ridiculous. It would not have been good. We want this match. If Craven's going to win, we want Craven to win fairly. Jackson Stone's going to win. We want Jackson Stone to win fairly. We don't want any outside interference.
No cheaters.
Right.
Damn it.
So there was a lot of offense from both. I mean, Jackson had hit Craven with a suplex at some point, which again, Craven's just this big guy. To see him suplex Craven is insane. Jackson went high risk, but he missed, which changed the tide. Craven had a big suplex on Jackson. It was just a wild match. It was just big guys who were just showing how big they are.
Just suplexing each other.
Suplexing, big moves, back and forth. It was very back and forth, close calls between the two, but at the end of the day, Craven got the win.
Yes.
And again, this goes back even further to the Morrow show where Craven made his debut attacking Jackson Stone.
Yes.
So this settled that.
And for some reason, after his victory, he skirted.
Well, I mean,
No celebration, nothing.
Craven is business oriented. We talked to Sergeant Ledbetter. He said he's business oriented. He's here they're here to dominate. And he did it.
Yeah, but you'd think he'd have some type of celebration.
And he skirted.
He beat a big dude.
For him, it's just another day at the office. For you, it would be a huge deal. For me, it would be a huge deal.
Fair
For
enough.
him, it's just another day at the office, man. He expected to win. He's not excited. He's just like, yeah, I just got the job done. I got what I did. I did what I came here to do.
Fair enough. Does that make sense?
So Craven got the win, unfortunately, for Jackson Stone. But I don't think this will be the last time that we see Jackson Stone. And I
I hope not.
don't think this is the last time that we will see Jackson Stone and Craven. I have a feeling that we may see another match between these two. I'm hoping we do. That's why I'm saying it. Putting it out there into the ether.
That'd be a good match.
Because I'm hoping that we get to see this again. Because I feel like Jackson Stone needs to, get revenge on him. I think it is possible too that we get to see that. Hopefully we do.
It would be awesome if we got to see it again.
Right. The next match is Jaden Jet against IPA. Jaden Jet's already, as we talked about earlier, qualified for the Zero Gravity Tournament.
Yes.
IPA lost to an overweight Carson Drake, but he did lose. So
Yes.
he needed to come back in this one. He was trying to, right his wrong. He's closer to his hometown. He's from over the Rhine, so he's a little bit closer to his hometown. I'm sure he had some fans or some friends in the crowd, some family maybe, who knows.
Yeah.
Jaden Jet spent a lot of time insulting fans. Jaden Jet's not a fan of the fans.
No.
He's not a man of the people.
No.
He only loves one thing, that's hot moms.
Yes.
And himself.
He loves hot moms.
Loves hot moms. Wears a shirt. I love hot moms.
Yeah.
Comes out the hot stuff. He calls himself hot stuff, which is a little self-centered, but I don't expect anything different from Jaden Jet.
No.
Of course he does. Fight went on to the outside for a while. I know that Jaden Jet had IPA up against the post. He went to go and do a chop. IPA moved, which of course was not good for Jaden Jet's hand. I'm sure that hurt quite a bit.
Chop the pole.
Jaden Jet, he has a mean streak in him, man. He got in that ring and he was just going. He had IPA grounded at some point. I mean, he was going to town. Jaden Jet took a drink of IPA beer and he spit it out, which honestly, my respect a little. Listen, I have nothing against IPA the man, but as far as IPA the beer goes,
No.
I agree with Jaden Jet's take on it. That's all I'm saying. It was a great match, a lot of back and forths in it, but of course Jaden Jet did get the victory in this one. I shouldn't have said of course, that made it sound like it was guaranteed. Shouldn't have said that, I didn't mean it that way. IPA had the chance to win, but Jaden Jet did get the win. And I will say this, the fans really did not like Jaden Jet winning this match. They did the last time in Morris Hill. They don't like him beating IPA. And I just have to say that I have this feeling that Jaden Jet will eventually end up fighting a fan. Not himself, but a fan will swing on him.
Yeah.
Because the fans hate Jaden Jet.
Do you think that Jaden Jet would ever join the Army of Destiny?
I mean, I don't know, who knows.
Well, they probably wouldn't let him They're looking for big dudes.
Big dudes. Well, he has a partner that's big. I'm just saying, Jaden Jett he's very good. He's definitely not somebody. I know that he's the smallest out of the competitors that I can think of in my head. I'm pretty sure he's the smallest out of the zero gravity tournament winners. But I do agree with Denim in saying that I think he's a dark horse.
Yeah, you
for
can't
winning.
count him out.
He is. I'm telling you, he's very good.
Yeah,
he's very, very good. And he has, like I said, he has a mean streak game. I seen there was just different the way he operated in the ring. It was just he wants to prove that he can hang with everybody in this. And I think he could hang with anybody.
No, you can never count him out at all. Actually,
he can do it all. I've seen him in tag team matches. I've seen him in the zero gravity tournament against Justin Xavier, where Justin Xavier did not win, as we now know. I've seen him now against. I've seen him now with IPA. He is just, you cannot count this man out.
And he's small and fast.
Yeah, that helps him.
That helps a lot.
That helps a lot. He's very good, and I just wanted to get that out there because I think Jaden Jett could possibly win zero gravity.
Good.
So now we move on to the co-main event of the night. Brian Pillman Jr., who is the newly crowned Battle on the Border heavyweight champion.
Yes.
He is taking on, originally it was supposed to be Brandon Xavier, but due to withdrawal, Kongo Kong stepped up. This is a rematch from back before I even knew about Battle on the Border, before I think I just graduated high school when they had this match. So it was like 4 years ago.
Long time ago.
It was a long time ago. This is a rematch from then. At the time, I believe Brian Pillman was even champion then, I believe. He's champion now. Mm-hmm. So, Darren, I have written down, I have written down that you called Spectre a dick.
Yeah.
So would you like to, address that on here?
Well, when I seen him come out, I seen Spectre, I looked over at Derek, I'm like, Derek, Spectre's going to take the microphone.
Right, because he's a dick.
Yes, because he's a dick.
And you were right, he did grab the microphone.
Walked right over, grabbed that microphone.
He just, said that, Brian Pillman is going to be Kongo Kong's victim and he's going to be the shortest reigning champion, and the fans weren't buying it. Fans are here to see two things.
Kongo Kong was his insurance policy.
They're here to see two things, though. The fans weren't listening to him. They're here to see two things. They're here to see Brian Pillman, and they're here to see Denim kick ass. They're not here to see David Barnabas Spectre, or as you like to call him, David the Dick Spectre. We don't want to see him in the ring. We want to see Brian. So the fans were just cheering Pillman during his time. They weren't even listening to him.
Spectre needs to sit on the outside where he belongs.
Well,
or in the locker room.
I was just, whoa. I didn't say that. I think Spectre's a great manager.
Or in the locker room.
But you do bring up a good point, because as soon as of course, Brian Pillman comes out, fans go crazy. We don't even have to say it at this point. If Brian Pillman's involved, just know that when he made his entrance, the fans went crazy.
Yeah, nuts.
Brian Pillman's pumping not only me up, I'm excited to see Brian Pillman. You got to play music for Brian Pillman. How cool is that? The fans are going crazy. He has a title in his hand. He's ready to go. And you do make a good point, though. Maybe Spectre should be outside, or not outside of the ring. Maybe he should be in the back, because the first thing he did, pull the leg of Brian Pillman.
Yep.
And I mean, he, like you said,
I'm cheap.
Spectre was interfering throughout the match. The fans started chanting cheater, which I'm sure did not make David Barnabas Spectre happy.
Nope.
There was a big cross body by Pillman, suplex from Kongo Kong. Basically, as I've said for every single match, a lot of back and forth. The Battle on the Border talent is talented.
Yes.
They're not going to just get rolled over.
Especially when you're going against, you got Brian Pillman,
AEW superstar.
Superstar. And then you got freaking Kongo Kong.
Who?
Massive dude.
Massive guy, scary guy, would not want to get in his way.
No.
Brian Pillman said, I'm not scared.
He's got the height and the weight on Brian Pillman.
Yeah, he said, I'm not scared, Brian. I'm not scared of Kongo Kong. I'm Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah, he took him on.
So he took him on. It was a back and forth match, but like I said, Brian Pillman did get the victory.
Yes.
Just wanted to point that out. Brian Pillman did get the victory, retained the title, but there was some post-match antics, of course, because you're messing with David Barnabas Spectre.
Oh, there's always.
He's a sore loser a little bit, okay? Listen, I'm not as big of a hater as this guy is, but he's a little bit of a sore loser, and he instructed Kongo Kong to attack Brian Pillman, which,
yes,
again,
bad idea.
Well, you got to look at it from David Barnabas Spectre's point of view. I mean, he was 0 for 2 on the night already after Kongo Kong, technically. I mean, I don't know what his deal is with Idle Hines, but he was out there. He definitely wanted Paxicao to lose. Last event did not go well for him either. Again, Kongo Kong and didn't lose, last event, but he did get challenged again by Bobby Fulton, and I think that it kind of messed with his psyche, and then Manny Fulton losing. It was just a lot of bad things going on for him in a row. So I think this was just the boiling point for him, and he just let out.
But then he realized he fucked up.
Yeah, because Paxton Calloway, because Paxton Calloway and Bobby Fulton came back out.
Yes.
But David Barnabas Spector sees the fantastic Bobby Fulton. He does.
Oh, yeah,
he's not messing around because he knows he can't handle it.
Nope.
He doesn't want none of the smoke.
No, he can't handle it.
And Kongo Kong doesn't want any of the smoke either with Paxton Calloway.
No.
I mean, I think if anybody can handle Paxton Calloway in this company, it is Kongo Kong. But Kongo Kong's smart. He's, Paxton Calloway did already wrestle a match, but he's had a little bit of time to rest. You just lost. You're still a little bit winded. You just had a long match with Brian Pillman, and you just exerted even more energy on attacking him. Why would you try to take on Paxton Calloway?
Yeah, so
he made his point. Kongo Kong made his point. David Barnabas Spector made his point. It's going to be interesting to see again. Will these two get back in the ring with each other? Will Kongo Kong and Paxton Calloway happen on October 1st, which we'll get to in a minute? Will it happen in December? Who knows what's going to happen? But I have a feeling we're going to get to see that.
It would be cool to see again. Well, there has to be a rematch at some point.
Bobby Fulton said it.
Bobby Fulton will not.
I swear,
I guarantee it.
Still am standing here saying it, and I will say it until I can't anymore. Bobby Fulton versus David Barnabas Spector.
That would end it.
We all want to see it.
That would
Give us what we want, Denim.
Yeah, Denim.
I don't know why I said it like that. But. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event of the night.
And we're taking a break.
We're going to take a break, apparently.
And we're back.
Probably a smart idea that we took a cut, because this might take a minute.
Yes.
There's a lot that
goes.
goes
The longest match of the night.
This is what the fans came to see.
Yeah,
this is why you and I came to watch this. I mean, we got the pleasure of Sergeant Ledbetter came on our show and challenged him to a cage match.
Yes.
Denim came on our show and accepted.
Yes.
We were involved in this from the beginning.
Yeah, all the way.
I
we even demanded for this to happen.
I mean, we were in this together, so we were extremely excited to see this. This is the reason the show was made.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Big time. Can I hype it up anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Took a minute to set up the cage. They finally got it set up though, and Sergeant Ledbetter came out again, and of course he was wearing a shirt that said "Denim sucks eggs," which, I mean, first off, rude. I don't think he sucks eggs.
But it's funny.
It is kind of funny though. Sorry, Denim. I did kind of chuckle at it, but then as soon as I did, I was like, no, he does not.
No, there's no way he does. There's no way he sucks eggs.
I thought that's what we were worried about. Like, no, he does not. He probably eats them.
Eggs are good. He doesn't suck eggs.
The point is that Denim doesn't suck either. I'm sweating. It is so hot in here. I cannot wait until fall or winter when we do this show.
Yeah, then we go
Or
over
we
to
go
coat,
over
put
to
our heater on.
Well, we'll be at the apartment.
Oh yeah, we'll be in there.
We'll be at my apartment, and it'll be so nice. It's 68 degrees. It is like 108 degrees in here. So the match gets started, gets underway. I'm just going to kind of go through the big points of the match because I'm assuming at some point the match will probably be posted.
Yes.
If not, you missed it. I'm sorry. I was super into this match, so I tried to write down the biggest things that I could remember. But there's one big thing we obviously can't forget. I want to leave enough time for that. So I'm just going to kind of reach the biggest things. So I know that Denim, or at some point, Army of Destiny came out. And the referees on the outside said, no.
Yeah,
you were not getting involved in this. You were going to the back. Well, while that was going on, one of them, I don't know from which, because from my vantage point, I could not see, but it was one of them for sure. I want to say it was Craven, but I could be wrong. It could have been King Bomani. One of them for sure threw a staple gun in the ring.
Yes.
My first thought was the referee in the ring should probably get that out.
Probably, yeah.
The referee in the ring either didn't see it,
or stood there and just stared at it,
or just didn't care that it was in there. He let it go.
Mind you, there's 2 refs at this event.
Right.
This event.
There's 2. Actually, I think there's 3. I think there's 2 on the outside, 1 inside. But
I thought there was just the one sitting by the door watching, and then the one inside.
There's for sure 2 of them at least.
Yes.
I didn't pay attention to the referee. Sorry, but Ledbetter, of course, sees this. It was a plan. He grabbed that staple gun. Oh yeah. And boy did he use it.
Oh, used it.
He put some staples into Denim's head.
And his back.
Into his back. Oh, I mean, it was wild. I mean, the staples, first off, these are not, I mean, you listen, if you're a wrestling fan and you don't know this already, I apologize for breaking this for you, but, a lot of people get wrestling scripted, right?
Yes.
People don't like that. People don't know this. Staples are real.
Yeah. The staplers were actually going inside of Denim.
Yeah, these are real staples, folks. You can't make this up. It's just like when hooks and all these hardcore wrestlers. I mean, just any wrestling in general hurts. But when you involve staples and weapons,
And then that was an industrial like stapler too. That wasn't a little like hand stapler you staple paper with.
No.
These son of gun you staple like wood with.
Yeah.
It was a freaking staple, like half-inch freaking long tines on some guns.
Right. All right. Now back into wrestling's real mode. But then Denim grabbed it.
Yeah.
And he started using it.
Yes.
I mean, he thinks, hey, listen, this was thrown in here, might as well
fair
use
is
it.
fair, right?
I mean, again, I'm missing out the parts where the match switched, momentum. Because I was just so into the match that I wasn't trying to write down the big
It's a
ones.
lot.
Denim starts using it. He pins him, gets a 2 count.
Yeah.
Only a 2 count. Then the referee gets super kicked.
Yep.
Which, of course, you know some bad shit's going to go down when the referee gets super kicked. It's never a good
Oh yeah,
thing.
because the outside refs can't do shit.
No, there's a cage kind of in the middle there.
The outside ref can't do nothing.
You know what? I give Denim credit. Denim said he would do anything he possibly could. By the way, we completely missed a huge moment in this match after Ledbetter used it. This is how the match changed. I did write this down. I apologize for skipping and going out of order. I know Ledbetter will call us out on it, so I want to make sure we mention it because otherwise, I'm so excited. After Ledbetter used it on Denim, Denim tried to escape the ring.
Yes.
Denim's mom, who has been insulted this whole time, also seen this as an opportunity. As Ledbetter's trying to get out of the cage, Denim's mom grabbed that kendo stick and whacked him again. Listen, you're going to cheat. You aren't going to win this match by cheating. Get back in the ring.
Yep, exactly. Freaking whacked him around the head.
And that's what got him back in the ring. That's when Denim was able to use step gun. Then the referee gets super kicked. And then Denim looked at it as an opportunity. I know I'm doing a lot of this. Denim, which is probably why I'm sweating so much, because I'm doing a lot of movements.
Oh, you're a lot of active.
I'm excited. Denim looked at this as an opportunity. I give Denim this. He said he would do whatever he could to avenge his mom, to get revenge on Sergeant Ledbetter for all the shit he's been talking. And he looked at this referee being down as an opportunity, and he gave a low blow.
Hit him in the gonads.
I mean, listen, if you're going to do something like you got to do it, you got to do it. So Denim thinks this is it.
Yeah.
I got it. I can get out of this ring. He's hurting.
So he's crawling.
He's crawling. He's down on his because he just had a tough match.
Yeah.
He's crawling towards the cage. The cage is open. He is so close to victory that I thought he had it. I was starting to celebrate, and then I seen the door.
Boom! Right.
Crowd goes silent.
Yeah, right. What the fuck just happened?
What just happened? From my vantage point, I had to stand up a little bit again. Bad thigh action. My thighs hurt, so I'm getting up. And I look over and I see there's a man dressed in all black.
Yeah, man in a mask. Don't know who he is.
Dressed in all black, head to toe.
Just popped out of the middle of the crowd.
Popped out of nowhere, shut the door on Denim. Gave him a big old goose egg.
Oh yeah, big old goose egg right in his
You
head.
seen him later on at the after party. Big old goose egg.
Oh yeah, he's still. I guarantee he was hurting that next morning.
Oh, he's probably still hurting now. And this man in the mask, woman in the mask, this person in the mask, we don't know who's in this mask.
Hit him with the door and
Hit
disappeared.
him with the door and disappeared. Well, waited outside for Ledbetter to win the match.
Oh yeah.
Ledbetter did win, of course. Now, here's the question though, and this is something that's been on my mind since then, okay? This is obviously a problem. We got to introduce this match to the world.
Yeah.
Technically, this match, not the whole rivalry itself, but this match.
Yes.
And for it to end this way is an absolute travesty. Okay, if Ledbetter would have won, even with the stable gun and the whatever and all that, it's fine. Whatever.
Yes.
You won. You did it yourself. Even if the Army of Destiny helped you, whatever. Low blows, that's all something. But when you have someone who actively you were done. Ledbetter was gone.
Yep.
Was going to lose this match. And then this guy comes out.
Just slams the door shut.
Slams the door shut on Denim's head.
Yep.
That is the worst way for this to end. By that, I mean this was absolutely awesome. By the way, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life. This is awesome. I live for stuff like this. It's great. I'm super excited to find out who it is, but we still don't know.
Yep.
I was hoping we would find out. We don't know.
Nope.
We don't know. Again, man, woman, kid, old man. Was Sergeant Ledbetter involved in this? Is this something else outside of it? I mean, did Sergeant Ledbetter have this person as an insurance policy in case something like this happened? We were at the event for the whole, we would have been there since 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I didn't see someone dressed around in all black.
Nope. I didn't see nobody running around in all black at all.
I didn't see somebody talking to Sergeant Ledbetter. I didn't see Sergeant Ledbetter giving this guy any money.
Nope.
We don't know for a fact that Sergeant Ledbetter,
But there's reason to suspect.
but there's definitely good reason. So of course the question now is who? Who could do such a thing? Why get involved in this if it's not directly? I mean, I understand why the Army of Destiny gets involved, but why did this person get involved?
Could it be a potential person earning their way into the Army of Destiny?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe Sergeant. And I'm just throwing this out there again. I'm not accusing anybody of this.
I'm sure everyone's about to be accusing.
But what I'm saying is it possible that Sergeant Ledbetter needed an assurance policy and was able to find somebody who just snuck while everybody's paying attention to what's going on, sneaks into the building. You know, maybe King Bomani texts him, "Hey, match just started." Stops his car, goes in, waits, strikes at the right moment.
Or he's been there the whole time and somehow snuck through the crowd.
Who knows? But what is important is that
Ledbetter had 100% been involved with it. And I think it was Jaden Jett.
we don't know for a fact, but Denim did
No, he
ask.
was 100%.
Denim did ask on the BOTB brigade. Again, go to Facebook, join the BOTB brigade group.
Yes.
You can get all the info and everything that's going on. You can comment on stuff. He put it out there. He said, "Hey, $100, whoever can figure this out." And the black ski mask is. Let's go through some of these. I'm not going to read the names of everybody who commented, but I am going to read your comments. So if you commented on this, little did you know, you're going to be involved in a video.
Except for you should read the name of one person.
I will need to read the name of one because
that brings more evidence.
that one, yeah.
That brings more evidence to the table.
Let's get down to business here. I just got to read through some. There's a lot of comments here. One of them said Jaden Jett. You just
I
mentioned
think it was
Jaden Jett.
Jaden Jett too.
Now Jaden Jett, I mean, that wouldn't off the surface
He
make
had
a
the
lot of
same
sense.
build, and he's a bad guy.
From our point of view, it was a smaller guy. We know Jaden Jett's not a good guy.
Maybe he wants to earn his way into the Army of Destiny.
Is it possible? Sergeant Ledbetter did say that he thought that Jaden Jett had a pretty good chance in the zero gravity tournament when we interviewed him. Maybe he's been keeping his eye on Jaden Jett. I just mentioned earlier, Jaden Jett had a mean streak in him. Maybe he was getting himself pumped up during this IPA match for what he knew he was going to do to the promoter of the company later on.
Yep.
Jaden Jett's part of a tag team.
Yep.
Is the tag team involved? Is Jake Shepard? Is Russell at the full Blanham? Is this a whole crossover or is it just the one?
I think it was Army of Destiny has something to do with it. And I think the only way we'll find out is when he adds said person to the Army of Destiny, if he does.
Now, I just went to bat for Ledbetter, but it's important to mention he also has a theory of who it was.
Yeah.
And this makes him look a little bit more suspicious.
A lot bit more suspicious.
He said it looked a lot like Paxton Calloway. Now, I am not a scientist.
No, me neither.
But unless Paxton Calloway was able to knock about 3 feet off of his height.
And lost about 250 pounds.
I mean, if that is the case, then maybe. But I'm going to just go out on a limb here. I don't know. Was it Jaden Jett? Maybe. You think it's Jaden Jett?
Patrick Calloway's the same height as Jaden Jett on his knees.
Probably taller. Probably taller. But you know what? Sergeant Ledbetter has a theory.
Yeah.
Maybe
His
he's
theory
right.
is
He's not.
100% incorrect.
He's not right. But maybe.
Yeah. But it does make him makes him sound very suspicious.
Somebody here said Dirtbag Dan. Is it possible it is Dirtbag Dan? Think about this. Dirtbag Dan kind of has, out of everybody who's listed on here, has the most motive outside of Sergeant Ledbetter and the Army of Destiny themselves. Think about this. Hooks.
Yeah.
He can't make it to the show. Got into an injury the last show. Couldn't make it. Gets stripped of the title. Technically, there's new interim champion. Still champion, but you're technically at that point being challenged by somebody else. Somebody else is getting to call themselves BOTB champion. BOTB hardcore champion. So he could go after Hooks, yeah. But that gives Hooks what he wants.
Yeah.
What he could do is go after the man who stripped him technically of the title.
Yes.
And he brought this after he just went through an injury. Attacks. Then. And that does not mean, again, that Sergeant Ledbetter in the Army of Destiny isn't involved. Maybe they hired him. Maybe he was acting out on his own. Who knows? But maybe it is Dirtbag Dan.
I think he was a little too small to be Dirtbag Dan.
It could be. My dad seems to really think it's Russell Act the Full Bland. He was very excited when he came over. that it was Russell Actor Full Bland. He swore it was him. He doesn't know, obviously. We all don't know, but he's very confident it's Russell Actor Full Bland. And if it is Russell, I would like to invite him back on the podcast to explain himself. I was
antics.
half a fan of yours. I was a full fan of yours. Now I'm half a fan of yours because you did come on the podcast, and you are technically still up for Battle on the Border Hall of Fame. So we got to leave the door open. But my point stands is that why, Russell? Why would you do that?
I don't think he did.
Is Jake Shep involved? Is Jaden Jett involved? It just opens up so many doors.
Jaden Jett.
It's opened up so many doors.
I think it's dude. Jaden Jett.
Someone else said here, Brandon Xavier. Is it Brandon Xavier? All we know from Denim is he said that there was a withdrawal. But what if it goes a little bit more personal than that?
Brandon Xavier is...
What if Denim said, Brandon, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's the best time for you after making the announcement, and said instead, we're going to go with Kongo Kong. Maybe Brandon Xavier got mad. Maybe he acted out. Who knows? It opens up a door of possibilities here.
Well, you know it wasn't him actually doing it. He may have orchestrated it, but he's a little bit bigger than
I don't know.
He was. He was a little dude.
Well, I don't know.
He was a little dude.
I'm just saying all of these are possibilities. We
Yes.
don't know who it is officially because we do have a build and we think he's smaller. He's a
But-
smaller guy.
Denim said once he finds out,
There will be payback.
there is payback coming.
Don't think.
He was running
Got me
around.
heat.
He was running around the place asking people
Yeah, he did. He did an
He
interview
wants
afterwards
to
with
know
Sean Bossman.
who in the hell it was.
And if anybody's going to figure out who it is, it'll be Denim.
Oh yeah, Denim, we'll figure
And
it
we
out.
will try to update you guys as the week goes on. If maybe we eliminate some people from it, maybe we can talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't even need to necessarily have his identity.
No.
Maybe we can figure out a way, we conceal his identity, and we don't know who he is, but he gets to explain his part. Because I want to know
Is
what
there
he's
a way you
thinking.
can voice change a phone call?
I'm
So he
sure
can't identify himself over a voice?
I'm sure there is.
When you
Well,
figure
if
something out?
if he's watching this, email us.
Yeah.
You can create a fake email. Email us. Let us know. You can start, let's find out who this is. And don't think we're not going to be doing investigative work.
Oh, we definitely don't.
We're doing some investigating ourselves.
We're gonna watch some gate and then do
You know,
it.
I went to college because I thought at one point I wanted to be a cop. Quickly found out I did not want to be a cop, but I do love investigations. I think they're cool. I can exercise some of what I spent a decent amount of money to go to college for a degree that I'm never going to use in my life. I can actually use it now.
Just investigate. You're still a statistic. And do investigate.
Point is, folks,
You're still a statistic.
outside of that rude comment, Battle on the Border is exciting right now. It has always been exciting, but it is even more exciting right now. The future is so bright. We're a part of the future. We're going to still be there. To announce the October 1st show, if you're local in the area, the Aurora's Farm Fair?
Farmers Festival. I think it
Farmers
is.
Festival in Aurora on October 1st. Battle on the Border will be there on stage 2, you said?
Stage 1 from 1 to 3.
Stage 1 from 1 to 3. There will be a parade before. Battle on the Border will be a part of it. We will be a part of it. It's going to be insane. It's going to be, make sure you're there at this Farmers Festival. We hope to see some people we know there. You can come stop by, or we'll have a table, I'm sure, set up, or we'll at least, you know us, we'll have the Double D podcast.
Yeah,
shirts
we'll have
on.
the shirts on and we'll have flyers in hand, I'm sure.
So make sure you come up and say hey to us. To everybody who did come over and say hey to us during the show, we thank you. We got to meet some really great people. It was a great time. It was a really great show. It was a little bit more stressful because we were directly involved with the show this time, doing the sound and trying to figure that out was a lot of fun. Thank you for everybody who had an amount of patience for us.
Yes.
We did make a mistake.
We do
early
have
on.
our first, dedicated fan.
We do have a dedicated fan now, which is nice.
Yes.
That's not related to us.
Yes.
So that's nice. Things are looking up, and
He must love me, because he added my snap.
you do say if you love me. So it's very exciting right now, and things are going to go up, and it's exciting. I like I said, I don't know if you're going to do a podcast next week,
I
but
might do one. I might gander at one.
if you don't, the next episode will be a review of the October 1st show.
Yeah.
We are right now in a really good moment of Battle on the Border history where there's 2 weeks in between the show. Now, granted, after the October 1st show, we have to wait until December for the next one.
Hey, Tyler will be at your dog sit at your mom's house.
Yeah,
I might see if Tyler wants to do one.
you could.
Come back on the podcast once.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
We ain't seen him in a while.
Do it. I won't be. I'm going to be partying down in Gatlinburg, probably talking to a bear.
Honestly, I should probably come party.
I could do a podcast. I could do a podcast with a bear.
Yeah, I heard, yeah. Man gets eaten.
We bought a microphone. And so
Indiana man gets eaten by a bear trying to film a podcast.
Oh, don't worry. When we come back, even if we do the October 1st review, I'll make sure to talk. We'll do another episode about.
If you get chance to, because you'll be in a cabin, take a picture of a motherfucking bear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm gonna make sure to get pictures, videos, all that stuff. So don't worry. We will mention my Gatlinburg trip. We won't just completely look over that, but yeah, I will be back in time. I'm literally getting back the day before the October 1st show.
Then waking up early.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm spending all that time in the car on Friday. I should be back some evening, in the evening sometime Friday. So I'll have plenty of time, but it's wild times. Wild times.
Before we do that.
Oh my god. Before we do that.
We're going to give some cred. Well, we don't have the new ones for the Double D podcast.
Yeah,
But
I left them at the house. That's upside down. There we go.
we do have a flyer for my DJing stuff now.
Yeah.
A better one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Shout out to
So-
my editor, my sister.
Yes, she did a very fantastic job. And seemed like Denim didn't know that, but my DJing, I'm just going to let everybody know, is partners with the Double D podcast. We partner.
Yeah.
So-
I'm a roadie for the, the DJing service, and he listens to me rant about wrestling really loud and animated.
Yes.
I'm wore out now after that. Jesus, I realized, I don't know if I was doing it for every single match, but for the last 2 matches, I realized how much hand movement I was doing, and how I was not even looking this way. I'm looking this way. I need to get better at this podcasting thing. All right. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, comment in the comment section below, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notifications when we upload. If you're listening on Spotify, continue listening on Spotify, but also go over to our YouTube. If you're back on YouTube, go over to our Spotify. Listen to us while you're at work, while you're working out, while you're driving, while you're watching a wrestling show. Hopefully you wouldn't be listening to us while doing a wrestling show. But hey, you do you.
You sitting in the locker room waiting?
Right. Oh yeah,
What's
wrestlers.
better thing to do is watch us.
Yeah, wrestlers. Use us as a pump up.
Yeah.
Would be the most boring pump up stuff ever. But hey, you can do what you want. Live your life. Follow me on Twitter, DJDub00. I live tweet during AEW, during football, all that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram, _D_podcast. Follow us on TikTok, the Double D Podcast 1. Also, I'm on AMP live every Sunday or Monday, depending on what I'm feeling like, from 8 to 10.
I was going to say you went live yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't feel like it's Sunday. I got home and I was so wore out.
And if you just love me, add my snap, Aaron 1134567889. It's not on here. I don't know if it's on the new one, but we do have a Facebook page. It's a Double D Podcast and crew.
It's not, but it will be.
It's not on the thing yet?
No, we will get it on there.
Well, we will need to get it on there. Because
We have
I
a lot
want
of
to start
stuff.
keeping up with that a little bit more. I don't really post on it a lot, but I actually haven't posted on it since my very first post. Anyways, that doesn't matter.
Not the point.
We do have an email, doubledpodcast123@gmail.com. We take suggestions there also. And we also just want to hear your feedback. Feedback's great, so you can get us there on feedback also.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've covered it once already, but my DJing service, which is affiliated, obviously, because I'm in the other D of the Double D Podcast. And my phone number is 812-212-1675. And my email is darren.schneider94@gmail.com.
This is starting to become a lot to say.
Yes.
Maybe we should just throw up a graphic and then
Or,
create
hey,
an audio thing.
Grab our flyers and we won't have to read it so much.
It's becoming a lot. We have to do a whole 30-minute segment on our fucking socials. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, don't leave a like, comment, all that stuff. And we will be back. I will either not be here next episode, or next episode will be us reviewing the October 1st show at the Aurora.
And if you just see a random upload, just because if I film one, I'm just going to throw it on there right away.
I'm gonna share it.
If you just see a random upload, the only people that would really be able to know, because I'm going to take it, edit it real quick and just toss it on YouTube, because it's not going to be a super long one.
Right.
And the only people would know people that subscribe.
There you go. That's a good
There
point.
would be-
That's a good point.
So,
Subscribe. Why don't you?
yeah, and hit that little bell button. That way you can get that notification.
Yeah.
And
We just went through this. We're playing.
follow our anchor.
Oh yeah, follow our Anchor. I have no idea how to find us on Anchor. Just Good luck.
Yeah.
Same with Spotify. I don't know.
Spotify, man, Double D Podcast, you might find it.
Yeah,
You
I
might not.
put the audio up every single week. I upload it before the video. So if you see it,
You can get it on Derek's Facebook
yeah,
page.
you click it on my Facebook or the Instagram or Snapchat or whatever you have me on, Twitter, whatever. If you click it, just follow us there. You can also hit a notification bell there so you get the uploads when it uploads on audio. So
Let's check this real quick since we have some time still. Did we get a somewhere high on our from thing of our thing?
yeah, it wasn't me.
Did we get?
No, we didn't.
We didn't get none at all when we weren't looking, because there was one that slipped in at Morris Hill that we didn't see.
Well, I mean, you can look, but I
So
don't.
we're just gonna do a double check real quick. Now it appears that there's only two still. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same. Let me just double check our papers here, just in case. You never
Oh
know.
my goodness. Oh, it's so hot. He's holding me hostage.
Alright, it looks like we're clear. Why aren't we doing suggestions?
Yeah, if you see us at an event, dude, I don't look at you. You scare me. Well, what screwed me up was that the sound did not match the video. It's lagging behind a little, which I know is just because it's live. It's a camera currently recording, so I heard it, but I didn't see it. It scared me.
Why are we doing suggestions?
Yeah, if you see us at one of these events, we always bring this thing everywhere.
And there's a crap load of pens on the table.
Yeah. Well, I think we got rid of a couple pins.
Oh. Cool.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.